everybody. Welcome back to With Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. My husband's not here, so he's on his way home right now. He was just getting trained at the Marco's Pizza restaurant, so it's kind of like a delivery kind of person. So anyway, I pretty much stayed home. I went out to get food and then came home, so I stayed home all day, all morning. But now I'm here, upstairs in the office. This is the office, which is like a studio. During the day, it's the studio office, but in the evening, it's the studio when I do my podcast. So we have a new story for you guys tonight. It is called The Mechanic in Bay 3. So it's something to do with the previous mechanic who used to fix cars. It reminds me of my stepdad, Alex. So, yeah. Anyway, this story is pretty much related to anything. It's pretty much related to my special events, like my paranormal activity. I had a stepfather who also was a mechanic when he was alive, and he used to fix a lot of cars. He used to fix his computers. So yeah, he was the best mechanic that anyone can have, but he passed away. So well, anyway, it's been a while. So well, we have a new story. So today it's a really great day, but it's pretty much hot outside. I dare not to set foot outside because it's hot out. I did not go for a walk. So my co-host is not here, but his spirit is. But he texted me that he is on his way home. So after this podcast, I'm probably going to have something to eat for dinner. Then I am going to get ready for bed. So anyway, tomorrow I'm going to the movies and also going to see my husband's grandmother. Actually, I call her Grams. So she has a patio table for us. That is why we're going to go to her house and claim it. Hopefully, I will go to the movies because I really want to go see Moana. It just came out today. I didn't have time to go because Fearless had a meeting with Ronnie's day service or whatever, service coordinator or something. Ronnie had to be there, and it took forever. So Chris is working, but he probably just got done working. Anyway, I hope you guys are ready for the new story because I'm ready for it. These stories that I've been doing the whole year is pretty much related to a lot of real life events. So my cat is not up here, but she usually comes up here because she wants to hear her mommy's voice. And I hear my husband coming in, probably. So anyway, but yeah. Anyway, let's get started on the story. But before I do that, thank you guys for all of your support and your sharings with everyone else. And thank you for clicking like as well. Also, thank you for subscribing to my channel right here on YouTube of Ghosting with Anya. If you love paranormal, also please give me a heart. Please give me thumbs up as well. Please give me smiley face. So this channel is for you. If you are not interested in paranormal, then this is not for you. So this channel might not be for you. Some people are just not into paranormal stuff, but that's okay. So anyway, get something to drink and relax. Just sit back, relax, and please click like, share, and subscribe. And now let's get started on the story. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing that. So anyway, this is the best story I would read. So we are still on season 5, episode 90. Perhaps maybe I can do season 6 anytime. Once we reach 200, maybe I can go with put on season 6 and still on episode whatever, like 200 something. I can get more stories anytime. Just let me know if you have any ideas or any opinions. If you have a lot of stories with a lot of paranormal stuff, like if you had a lot of experience, all you gotta do is leave me comments down below right here on YouTube. So let's get started on the story. Sorry, my eyes are like literally always go different directions. It's because I'm tired. Okay. I was taking care of my cat or whatever. I just need a little break from going out somewhere. I am relaxing and crocheting, knitting.
Hey, babe.
Hey, I'm up here.
Good. I'll be up in a second.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and my husband just got back, so let's get started on the story. Still episode 190. We're still in season 5, but once we get to 200, maybe I'll type season 6, episode 200. Something like that. It will be awesome. So I hope you guys are ready for it. Or I can do it at any time. So anyway, let's get started. The mechanic in Bay 3. Ruben took the evening shift at Calder Auto because the daytime crew was territorial, and because cars, unlike people, usually tell you what hurts. If you know how to listen. The shop sat at the edge of an industrial strip with 3 service bays, a cramped office, and enough oil stains concrete to look like an anatomy lesson in failure. By 6 p.m., the customer flow stopped, leaving the evenings to warranty jobs, delayed pickups, and whatever stubborn problem the day crew couldn't solve before going home. Bay 3 was Ruben's favorite because the lift there ran smoother and the workbench had better light. It was also the Bay old timers. Avoided without ever saying they avoided it. The first strange thing happened when Reuben left a carburetor. It's kind of weird name. I don't know why it's called carburetor. Assembly half disassembled. Disassembled on the tray and came back from locking the front office to find the screws laid out in exact order by thread length and wear pattern, an organization method no one in the current shop used, but one that made immediate beautiful sense. He assumed one of the older guys had circled back to tease the new hire by showing him up. Then it happened again with a brake caliper rebuild, and once more with a transmission valve body job. The others had warned him not to touch tired. Each time the parts didn't merely move, they resorted themselves according to an older discipline, functional. Before visual failure pattern, before convenience on Friday, while he was under a truck in Bay 2, he heard an air ratchet whir from Bay 3, followed by the metallic ring of a wrench dropped lightly onto the bench. When he rolled out and checked the bench, light in Bay 3 was on, though he was sure he'd switched it off. Beside the carburetor lay a folded shop rag and a grease pencil mark under the line in the service. What's up? Manual he had skimmed too fast. The note beside it read in blocky mechanic's handwriting: vacuum leak first, genius. Reuben laughed despite himself because the diagnosis was probably right. Looks like my husband's here. So how'd it go?
Not bad. I wound up door dashing for a little bit because
What?
all they wanted me to do was watch some training, and they had a hard time with the app.
On your phone?
Yeah, so I go back there on Sunday.
So you're not going back to Marco's Pizza?
On Sunday I am.
Okay. Oh, you got a new shirt?
Yes.
They are going to let you keep it?
Yes, because I still work there.
You just started.
I know. Continue your show, baby.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Chris had to do some watching videos, and he's having a lot of problems with his app. Which app was it, Bubba?
Called Moms Connect.
At Marco's Pizza.
Yes.
Is that the video that you're watching?
Yes. Now, continue your show, baby.
Okay. The owner, Mr. Calder, stopped laughing when Reuben showed him the grease pencil. He took a long breath and asked if the handwriting leaned left. Reuben looked more closely. It did. Calder told him about his father, Frank Calder. who had built the shop from a single rented bay and never tolerated lazy diagnosis, guessed at parts swaps or mechanics, who ignored what engines were telling them because computers were easier. Frank died in the shop after hours years ago, apparently alone, while trying to finish a truck for a farmer who needed it before first light. Since then, employees occasionally claimed Bay 3 trained them. Some walked out after hearing tools move. Others stay and learned quickly. He was meaner alive, Calder said, which did not make Reuben feel better. The haunting escalated from rearrangement to intervention during a freezing rain week when a sheriff's deputy brought in a cruiser with an intermittent stall. Nobody could reproduce. Day shift had already replaced two seniors and considered the problem solved enough. Reuben was convinced around 9 p.m. alone in the shop except for weather radio and the crack seat on the doors. He sat in the cruiser idling through diagnostics. When the check engine light went out on its own, the engine smoothed briefly, as if taunting him. He got out, frustrated, and that's when the overhead trouble light in Bay 3 swung on its cord. Though not draft moved in the polished side of the deputy's cruiser, he saw reflected behind him an older man in coveralls leaning against the Bay 3 toolbox with his arms crossed, gray hair, heavy shoulders, a cigarette tucked behind his ear despite the no smoking signs. Frank did not look at Reuben. He looked at the floor drain under the cruiser. Reuben kneeled, annoyed at himself for obeying a reflection, and smelled fuel. Not strong, not enough. For the electronic sniffers to scream, but there, tracing the line back, he found a hairline crack in a section of rigid fuel line, shielded by road grime and positioned where normal visual checks missed it, unless the suspicion settled at just the wrong angle under wet weather flex and cold contraction. The line leaked air enough to stall. Intermittently, it was the sort of issue no replaced sensor would ever solve. Reuben fixed it before midnight and left the service ticket on Calder's desk with no mention of spectral foremen. The next morning, Calder only said he likes people who kneel before they guess. Reuben didn't ask how he knew. After that, Bay 3 became an apprehensive ship more than a haunting. If Reuben rushed, the needed socket would be missing until he slowed down and thought. If he was about to order an expensive replacement part instead of tracing the real fault, a service manual would open on its own to the right system diagram, or a test light would blink from the bench where he hadn't left it. Once during a frustrating electrical chase, he heard Frank's voice plainly over the compressor hiss. Grounded before you blame the harness. Reuben did. Frank was right. And another mechanic, a cocky hire named Mason, lasted 2 weeks before quitting. After a tire iron launched itself off the Bay 3 pegboard, when he tried to send a barely diagnosed SUV back to a customer. Your ghost has standards, Mason muttered on his way out. Reuben, greasy and grinning, thought that was exactly correct. The shop changed subtly under that dead supervision. Repairs got cleaner. Callbacks dropped. Younger techs learned to explain symptoms before replacing assemblies because Reuben enforced it with a severity that was not entirely his own. Calder put Frank's old coveralls, once boxed in the office closet, back on a hanger by Bay 3. No one wore them, but the Bay felt wrong when they weren't there. On the anniversary of Frank's death, Calder brought in donuts and set one on the Bay 3 bench with a paper cup of black coffee. Nothing supernatural happened in front of anyone, yet the coffee was found half empty later with no lip mark on the rim. The whole crew pretended not to notice. Respect in shops often looks like selective blindness. Reuben stayed at Calder Auto longer than he meant to, and became the guy younger techs sought out for impossible drivability problems. When customers praised him for just listening to the car, he felt a flicker of something close to embarrassment, because the dead had done much of the teaching. Bay 3 still acts up for sloppy workers. Tools disappear, manuals open, trouble lights swing, and every so often a grease pencil line appears under a missed step in the service procedure. Reuben leaves it alone. Some people inherit money. Some inherit land. He inherited a ghost mechanic with no tolerance for lazy diagnosis. And frankly, that has been more useful than most family legacies. That was so weird, you guys. This story is so freaking weird. I mean, does this make any sense to you all? To me, it's like I don't even know if it makes any sense. Does this make any sense to you?
Yes.
Well, it is kind of strange. So, oh, my sweet baby just woke up. Hi, Tally. How's my baby? There's my little pookie. Yeah. My cat's here. So, anyway, I hope that this gets your attention with anything. So, after this, I'm probably just gonna eat my dinner and then, do what I gotta normally do. Finish making the slipper and get ready for bed because tomorrow Chris and I are doing our thing. Oh, we need to go to the movies.
All right.
I want to go see Moana.
Cool.
What, you don't want to go?
We're gonna go tomorrow, babe.
I thought you wanted to go see your Grams
We're
tomorrow.
gonna do that too.
And when do you want to do that?
When I get off tomorrow.
Before we go to the movies?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know what time the movie starts.
Okay.
So, anyway. So, yeah, Moana is out. It just came out today. It's the live action, and I really would love to see it. If you guys love Moana, you're always welcome to go. So, Dwayne Johnson is back. I love Dwayne Johnson. He's an amazing actor. Perhaps you have seen him in a movie called Red One, which is the Christmas movie that he was in. Jumanji, of course. You've seen him with the wrestling when he was younger, when he had hair. He shaved it because he just wanted to, I guess. You also may have seen him in a movie called Black Adam. It's a really good movie, and I don't know if HBO Max has it still. It's a really awesome movie. So please go see it. It's at the Twin Creeks Marcus Theater. It's right across the street from Culver's and also the Courtyard Hotel by Marriott. So that is where Chris and I will be staying at on the 22nd of July. So anyway, now that the story is done, we are going to move on with the questions and answers. So we have 10 questions, including 10 answers. So anyway, let's get started. I hope you guys have questions and some answers. You're always welcome to join me on the conversation with the camera as well. You can join me live if you wish to. So I hope Fearless is watching this right now. So if he is, Fearless, I hope you're watching this. I hope this story made any sense to you. Anyway, you're always welcome to join me with the conversation and with all the questions and answers to the story. It's something to do with mechanics in, Bay 3 or something. So it kind of reminds me of my stepdad, Alex, who passed away 9 years ago this month. So anyway, let's get started. Would you have kept working in Bay 3 after the first rearranged parts? I definitely would, but I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to fix things, especially with all the mechanical stuff. I don't like to get my hands dirty, so I wouldn't know about it. So even if I wanted to, I would have done it already, but Chris and I probably would have. Anyway, now let me ask you guys who are watching the show, even though it's 9 p.m., probably should get something to eat right after this. Would you guys ever kept working in Bay 3 after the first rearranged parts? Let me know in the comments down below if you ever would. Let's go to number 2. Do you think Frank stayed because of pride, duty, or the unfinished truck? Well, I think it was the unfinished truck, because he tried fixing it when he was alive. So he died at the car shop, I guess. It's the Bay 3, I think, at the Bay Auto. I think that's the name. Somewhere in Francisco Bay. I don't know. Something like that. So anyway, I think it was the truck, because when he was alive, he tried fixing it and somehow something went wrong and then he just died. Just like that. And that's why he is still haunting the place. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you think Frank stayed because of pride, duty, or the unfinished truck. Let me ask you the question. Do you think Frank stayed because of pride, duty, or the unfinished truck?
The unfinished truck.
Well, people have spoken. So I think it was the truck. No wonder why he stayed. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you think Frank did stay because of the truck. So if you guys had any experience with that, like say if you had some mechanical problems with your cars, trucks, motorcycles, or whatever. But let me know in the comments if this story makes any sense, or these questions can be a lot harder or easier for you. So have you guys had any mechanical problems with your trucks? And have you ever experienced any paranormal activity at the mechanic, like at the AutoZone or something, where you get your parts for the cars or something like that? So do you guys think Frank stayed because of the truck? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's go to number 3. What was more unsettling, the left-leaning notes or seeing him in the reflection? Well, I think seeing him on the reflection, like literally, it's not just the notes. I think seeing his spirit fixing something or whatever, like trying to fix the truck, with all the engines and the brakes, the accelerators, that sort of thing. But if you ever seen him, would you ever be brave enough to communicate with him, or trying to take his advice for how to fix a lot of broken cars or whatever, or something like that? But have you ever seen any reflection of a spirit of the mechanic named Frank? I mean, there's a lot of people named Frank. I mean, there's a lot of men who actually would repair their own cars. Let's go with number 4. Why are garages and repair bays such strong haunting settings? Well, the reason why they're strong is because Frank has a lot of history with mechanic stuff. I mean, his family were mechanics, kind of in his bloodline. And it's the memories, I guess. He stayed as a ghost in the mechanic, well, the auto zone or something. The Bay Auto is because to teach, well, trying to communicate with the living, how to teach them the right way to fix all the trucks and other cars and motorbikes or whatever. Like, I have a friend named Wendy, right? She's a mechanic. Well, she works with the furniture thing, but she can also fix motorcycles as well. She's pretty good. And we love her, and she is the best. I mean, if Chris has like hard time fixing his car, he would go to the best mechanic in Bellevue. He goes to Midas, and they can help him a lot more. They have a lot of experience, but they cost him like $300 to fix the oil and the battery thing. So if they wouldn't fix his car, I know who to call. I would call our friend Wendy. Wendy could probably fix your car too.
Probably.
I mean, I have her phone number just in case.
Good.
Maybe she could help fixing your car if you're having problems with it.
Cool.
I'm just saying as the example for you. I mean, if you won't be able to make it to Midas Auto, I can call Wendy and she can come right over and help you with it. How would you feel about that?
Cool.
Would you be happy about it?
Yes.
Good. So, problem solved. The Bay Auto is haunted because of Frank's history. He loved fixing trucks because it was his calling. The reason why he stayed because he wanted to finish fixing it, but he couldn't because he is a ghost. And he's trying to find the right mechanic to help him fixing it, like finish it. So no wonder why. It's a strong emotion, strong history. It's part of what we feel. I mean, we haunt the place because that's where we died. We have to go back to the beginning where it happened. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I mean, let's say if I'm going to end up dead soon, but I would want to go to the beginning, go back to the place where it happened. I would want to find out. I want to get the truth so I can move on. Perhaps that Frank is trapped at the mechanic because he doesn't realize that he is gone. He's a ghost. He thinks he's alive, but he's not. So no one has noticed him until someone else did. So perhaps like the other mechanics, until someone else did, hopefully they can like be brave enough to help him move on. It's a lot of history. There's a lot of memories going on, and our powers kind of comes from our emotions, and I would like to keep it that way. So anyway, I just want to say that if this ever happens to me, I would want to know the truth, what happened to me. I want to be released somehow. So I want the truth. So that's exactly what Frank would have wanted, the truth. How could he be released without being stuck in the Bay Auto or something like that. Anyway, let's go to number 5. So we've got 5 questions left before I sign off and get my food and get ready for bed. So, was Reuben right to trust the clues without fully understanding them? Yes. If Reuben didn't notice Frank, things would have been different. He would not know what's going on, how to fix him, how to do the right way to fix him. And Frank would be stuck too, trapped in the mechanic. So, I'm sorry guys, I'm really tired. But I think Reuben did the right thing, yes. Do you think that Reuben was right to trust the spirit of Frank? Let me know in the comments if you think he did. So, let's go to number 6. What do you make of the line, he likes people who kneel before they guess? Well, that's a good question. Apparently, he likes the part where they obeyed Frank and for what they were doing. Frank was giving them orders when he was alive, so they kneeled before the guessing part. So they obeyed him. They, did what he asked them to do, and that's what they did. So when they guessed, well, Frank would have been happy about it, I guess. He was smiling about it. So, but yeah, I think Frank was smiling or something, was just being very happy, I guess, what they were doing. So I think that's what it was. But I think that's why he liked people who obeyed him. It's like he was the king and they were the servants. But I think that's what it was. It kind of reminds me from the 10th century or something, when the king ordered his servants to do what he wanted them to do, and they obeyed him, especially with the knights. They did what he wanted, and they did. Okay, so let's go to number 7. We're almost done here. Can professional standards become a haunting? Yes. Of course it can. I mean, like Frank. Frank wanted to fix a lot of cars, but he died before he got them fixed up. So he got trapped because he died unexpectedly, from fixing a lot of cars, trucks, tractors, or whatever. But no wonder why. But it's a history, it's memories. They're a part of us. We can't just ignore them. And we have to get all the truth about it. No wonder why the haunting can be very professional. So, since Reuben trusted Frank would be released and be honored what Frank would have done. What's going on? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good. Oh, Kelly. Hi, baby. Anyway, but yeah, so my answer is always gonna be a yes. Okay, let's go to number 8. All right, we have 3 questions before I sign off. We're almost done here. I really wish you guys would participate on this show, and I would love your opinions and some answers for this. Just let me know in the comments what you think about these questions and answers, and what did you think about the story? Can it relate to you all? Of course it could. It's related to all the events, all of these stories. Would you want to train under a dead mechanic with perfect diagnosis? Yes, of course. I definitely would. So, anyway, I probably would have. If I had any skills of being a mechanic, I would have trusted the spirit. I would help the spirit by trusting him and honoring him by doing same thing he did when he was alive. Focus. Imagine how the car or truck can be fixed, how it can come to life and become smooth, how it works a lot better than it was before. I would definitely do that, yes. Okay, let's go to number 9. We've got 2 questions left before I sign off. Is the story more about mentorship or control? I think it's mentorship, not just control. If Frank would have wanted to control them, he would have done it already from the spirit world or when he was alive. But he was the mentor to other mechanic trainees. So he was trying to help these mechanics from the spirit world. He was trying to teach them how to get the right tools and the right parts for the trucks and how to get them fixed properly. So that's what it is. I mean, you have to watch the videos how to do it. Just like me, I watch videos about knitting and crocheting. I learn a lot just by watching 1,000 times of all the videos. And I would try it. And I learned a lot of ways to make my sweaters, my hats, my slippers, tank tops, blankets, and everything else. I learned a lot. So just by watching a lot of videos and watching other professional people. Same thing with cooks. My mom watches about cooking. She watches a lot of videos about cooking and baking. She's been doing it since she was like 5 years old. But this is about mechanics. Our story is about mechanics. So I hope that this makes any sense to you guys. Frank was the greatest mentor to other trainees, and this is about mentoring, not control. This is about helping them. And that's what Frank was trying to do. So that was awesome. Okay, guys, we have one last question before I sign off. If a ghost kept making you better at your work, would you stay? Yes. Of course, I would have to take his advice, and continue practice getting better at it. Of course I would. I mean, it would be awesome, but my answer is always going to be a yes. Okay, guys, we are out of time. So thank you guys for watching and listening. You have been great audience, and next time we'll be doing the episode of The Child with the Library Card. This is the new story. So episode 191. So get ready for tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So thank you guys and have a great night. And we'll see you all tomorrow night. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And have a great night. Please stay safe, have fun, stay spooky, and we'll see you all tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Ghosting with Anya. So, good night and see you next time. May God bless you. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And good night. Bye.